What's up, folks? This is Richard Haick with Zennie62. I'm going to be a little bit quiet here since, it's technically a museum, but this is a Saturn V rocket. Holy crap. They got this thing in a hangar. When I was a kid, it used to just be sitting out on the lawn at NASA. And to say the thing's massive is quite the understatement. See if I can get this whole thing. I mean, let's start at the beginning, because this thing is a monster. When I was a kid, I really couldn't. Really fathom what this thing was. It was just this big rocket, and I thought that was cool enough. But this thing, as an adult, one, it does seem a little smaller since I am an adult now. Everything is smaller than when I was a kid. I remember going to Disneyland and thinking it was so huge, and now I'm going, this place is kind of tiny. But let's start at the tip top, work our way down. So we have our little rocket tip here. Really doesn't serve a whole lot of function. And we got this is the actual command module where all the astronauts are actually inside and do their stuff, which is fairly small when you consider the size of this thing. Let's say it's a little larger than a football field. So you got this part. We're gonna go quickly here because you're gonna take off without us. This part right here, which is this whole part is the lunar module. So in here they would have like the lunar lander and the little oh, we can go up here. See that you can go between. So this is basically the hollow insides of the module. It's cargo craft is what this is. Again, the lunar lander goes in here, the rover, and then we have the next stages of the rocket, the actual propulsion systems. Jeez, I can't even get this whole thing in the shot. So this is the stage 3 part. It's more propulsion. Stage 2, more propulsion. Look at this freaking. So since you're already outside of the atmosphere, you only need one large engine. And they just get bigger as you go. Of course, these are carrying fuel for the rockets. Jesus, this thing's big. Here's your next part. So now we see more actual nozzles and engines. This thing's, again, a beast. And then stage 4. I'm sorry, stage 1. And this one's obviously the biggest stage because you need to create an enormous amount of thrust just to escape the Earth's orbit. So the other module, the second stage, had 5 smaller engines, and these ones have 5 enormous engines. I don't know, these things gotta be 8 feet? I'm assuming about 8 to 10 feet wide at its largest. thing is just incredible. This is the only fully flight ready, or what do they call it? Flight. Well, we'll just say flight ready because I forgot the word they used for it. It's the only one that's ready to go if they needed to. They don't need to, but what is just to wheel this thing around. Yeah, I forget what they call this. It's the only flight ready fully, and then there are some partial flight ready pieces. There's one in Florida, another one in Alabama, and then other stuff just interspersed around the country in various museums. Oh, but here's the future here, which is what's coming next. So as we know, we're trying to go back to the moon, and there's the SLS. You can get a comparison here. So in the middle there's the Saturn V. The SLS part on the left is the crew, and the other one's the cargo. The cargo is obviously larger. There's this guy wasn't banging on the rail and shaking it, but so this thing's about a little over a football field long. Here we go. So there's just some info, but ultimately those will get us to the moon, and then the next step is Starship from SpaceX, that which would be much bigger than this, which would actually possibly take us to Mars, which I think is an incredible feat of human spirit and engineering, but I hope it happens in my lifetime because I would love to see that. But we will see. But anyways, thought I'd just kind of give you a quick look at this beast. And it is huge. And just as huge as this hangar that houses it. Again, this thing used to just sit outside on the lawn when I was a kid. I have a picture of it. It just sat here. Things have changed. We could look outside here. That's the gate to get in. You would just park here, and then over in this area would be the actual museum part. There's a couple little rockets. Let's go outside and look at those real quick. I think those are actual mock-ups, not actual rockets. Here, actually, our thing is over. We have to take a tram back to the main building, but let's get going. We'll go outside. There are a couple little rockets and exhibits outside. There used to be more, and we have since put them elsewhere. But since this was closing early, since this part was the rocket part was closing early, we came here instead. We haven't even been really inside except for the auditorium. So here are these other rockets. So I heard these are just not even real rockets. These ones are replicas, basically. This is definitely a real engine. These are Saturn V engines. So you can see, yeah, 12-foot diameter. I was off by a couple feet. But you can see them nice and up close. And then we have the J2. These are on the stage 2 and 3, the smaller engines I was talking about. And then these things are just amazing. This is an engine. This doesn't look much bigger than something I've seen in like a race car, but would put them immediately to shame. This is the H1 that was used on the early Saturn rockets. So definitely much different engines. Ooh, this Texas sun is hot. So this is the Mercury Redstone. So these are the ones that first put Americans into space. And some monkeys. And that's pretty cool. And then we have Little Joe too. Was a like a rocket with nukes, basically, or maybe not. Oh, this was used to test the Saturn rockets. Pretty cool. Anyways, our little tram is about to leave us, so we will be cutting this short. But anyways, just wanted to show you those things. It's big. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully there'll be some more cool stuff inside. Oh, I do want to show you. No, I don't. Anyway, we gotta go. Alright. See you guys later. Bye.